Hello, today we're listening to The Show of Our Lives by Caravan off this fantastic album called Cunning Stunts. And you have to be careful when you say that. We'll talk about the album cover in a minute. It's almost as good as the album itself. This song has received no reactions on YouTube. Just one album reaction by the wonderful Jim Newstead. Other than that, nothing. It is such a great album. It holds a very, very dear place in my heart. But let's just play side one, track one first, The Show of Our Lives, and then we'll talk more about it afterwards. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I hope you enjoy yourselves. Please everyone like the video and subscribe if you haven't yet. Here we go. It's The Show of Our Lives by Caravan, released in July 1975. a triumphant finish to a lovely, lovely song. This has such a place in my heart, this album. Um, I It was my first year in South Africa, and I was fortunate enough to live in a residential hotel, a cheap residential hotel in Durban that also had lots of other expatriate British youngsters there as well, people in their 20s, and I was in my early 20s. And so fortunate that I was able to make friends with um, there were about a dozen of us who used to sort of hang around and go out and go to the beach and all that stuff and go to the clubs and the pubs. But there was about a core half dozen of us, and one of them, a very good friend called Nigel, who I met there and who is now a very good friend of mine. He lives in Vancouver. He bought me this for my birthday in September 1976. He knew I liked prog rock. He was a bit more into American and American roots music at that time, and but he knew I liked prog, so he went out and bought me Cunning Stunts by Caravan. Now I had never really taken much interest in Caravan. They were really, at best, I guess, not wishing to be unfair, but kind of like a second tier prog band. They were part of the Canterbury scene. Um, if you know what that is, it's a whole group of musicians who almost tended to move from one band to another in the late 60s and early 70s. Bands such as Soft Machine in the early days, that were the original. Robert Wyatt, one of the original Caravan members, formed Soft Machine, who got way too jazz fusiony and far out for me at that particular time. But there are other bands like Egg and Gong and Hatfield of the North and National Health and oh gosh, others that they all kind of intermingled, and people left one band, joined the other. Pink Floyd, I guess, were an early Canterbury scene kind of band, although they moved very quickly and transcended that whole scene once they started getting popular and having hits. But yeah, Caravan I'd never really listened to. They'd had a couple of very minor hits with The Land of Grey and Pink and Girls Who Grow Plump in the Night. This was their sixth album. But boy, did when I listened to it, I thought, oh, this is lovely. But I've never bought another Caravan album since. And yet this is superb. The side-long track 2 is called the Dobson Concerto, spelt Shirto. And it's, as I say, it's an 18-minute song with lots of various sections. And I must play it sometime. When I was doing the extended track reviews, I should have played it then, I think. I was a bit too scared to. I should have just done it. But the musicianship is brilliant. The songs are so memorable. And it's an album that I go back to time and time again, listen to it again, and my memories flood back to Durban in 1976. It really is remarkable. Um, that's what music does for you, doesn't it? Caravan never got bigger than with this album. I think it hit number 50 in the UK charts. And that was really as high as they ever got. But I mean, they toured. I remember back in the early 70s, they were playing with all the top progressive bands of the time. Yes, Genesis, Van der Graaf Generator, all of those guys. Colosseum. They were mixing it with the best. They just didn't quite get that big hit, which is a real shame. But they've all gone on to do, good music, and I believe that they're back together again. The surviving members, anyway. are back together, and there were quite a few that came and went as part of that Canterbury scene. But it's a great song. It's pop prog perhaps, but the way that the song builds towards that climactic finish, that triumphant finish. This is the show of our lives. Celebrate and enjoy. I think it's absolutely brilliant, and I hope that you've enjoyed it too. Um, yeah, the album cover. Let's get up close. And you can see that it's a typical early Hypnosis album cover where they're being very clever. I mean, you can see through the suit that the man is trying on at the tailor's. There's the orange kind of diamonds, and there's nothing in there, but you can see his reflection in the full-length mirror to his left, where he's wearing clothes. So you've got this whole um, camera trickery, I guess. And of course, the album's called Cunning Stunts. And we all know what kind of mistake we're supposed to make with that. Um, yeah. Written on the top there is inscription from my friend Nigel to Tricky, because that's what they all called me, because my name is Richard. And back in the early 70s, we all know who was called Tricky Dicky, don't we? But yeah. Cunning Stunts, great album. Listen to it, folks. It is absolutely worth it. And nobody on YouTube, apart from Jim Newsted, has given it an iota amount of interest, let alone respect. And it's a crying shame. So yeah, I'm going to be over the next few weeks getting quite vocal and getting quite animated about these songs that aren't getting any love and attention. And I'm sure no one's going to click on because they're going to go, Caravan who? I mean, if you go onto YouTube and you click on Caravan, you get a couple of sort of songs from Caravan, and then you get all Van Morrison stuff, because I think he wrote a song called Caravan. So then it's all taken over by Van Morrison, and there's nothing by the band, and it's a real shame. Anyway, that's me. That's my soapbox for the day. I'm getting off it now. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the music. That's the most important thing. Please have a look at our other videos that we've done. Take a look on our Patreon site. It's free access, so there's album reviews for you to look at and listen to. Like and subscribe to the channel. That would be most helpful. And tomorrow I'll be doing another underrated gem, another song that deserves so much more attention, but doesn't seem to be getting it. Whether it'll get any more after I've put it on my channel, probably not, but I don't care. I'm doing my best, and you guys are as well by listening to it. Thank you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow. Until then, bye everybody.